Hillsborough Television News Breaks, connecting you to county events.
Good afternoon. We're here live at Brandon, the Brandon Hillsborough Community College campus. We've got the president,
Carlos Soto.
Yes, the president of this beautiful institution. With a lot of coders. I was going to call them hackers, but I don't want to start off with a term that might appear derogatory, although we're at a hackathon. And that's what's so exciting. We're at the very first county hackathon because we've got students from HCC, we've got students from the University of South Florida, we should have some UT students from the University of Tampa, and others, even some high school students have expressed an interest in competing and getting involved and really kind of reforming our government, taking tech applications and applying it to government. We've got some challenges that we're going to be presenting to these very intrepid souls back behind us. And then they're going to be working through the weekend, and on Sunday at 6 o'clock, there's going to be all sorts of awards and prizes, all very exciting. And we're going to, from this beginning, I think, kind of turn the corner on how our government and technology and our citizens work together to solve cool problems right here in Tampa Bay.
Well, Civic Plus, this is actually the 4th hackathon that we've sponsored. We participated in the New York City hackathon. We also participated in a local hackathon where our headquarters is located out of Manhattan, Kansas. And then probably the biggest one that we've done is Joplin, Missouri. So for those of you that don't know, Joplin, Missouri was hit by an EF5 tornado and wiped the town out. So we sponsored a hackathon there. There were 9 teams that got together, and over the weekend we stood up the city website. So in 48 hours we did that and provided a lot of information and just technology and information with citizens for that one. So we're happy to be a sponsor here. It's one of the things that we believe in at Civic Plus is really engaging citizens with their government and encouraging citizens to be responsive and tell the governments what they want, what they want to hear and what they want to learn about.
First, I want to thank you all for being here. This is the very first inaugural Hillsborough County Hackathon. Now, there have been other hackathons. I participated in the cities, and I want to thank the city for the work they've done in kind of putting hackathons on the map. Done a great job. We've got students from the University of South Florida, many of them that are here, that encouraged me to come visit and see their hackathon out at the USF campus. And it was kind of on this journey as we're out there talking to young people, older people, who all have a passion for coding, who all have a passion for technology, that we recognize that Hillsborough County, if we're going to create the jobs, they're going to keep the young people here. If we're going to we're going to create the high-wage, high-paying jobs that will help us compete with some of the best regions in the world, then what you got to do is encourage the talent, the brains behind those great companies. We're going to give you 10 gigabytes of information, which according to Earl is a lot of information. We're going to give you, because I wouldn't, it sounds like a big number. We're going to give you lots of live data that you can work with, and we're going to ask you to solve some problems. And again, collectively together, we're going to make Tampa Bay I hate to use this word, but I'm going to use the epicenter for the tech community, for startups, for job creation. We're going to be the coolest, neatest, hottest place to live and work. We're going to be #1 and beat all these other communities, and we're going to start right now.
Person looking for a great fishing hole, or maybe you're an educator, you want to get your kids out of the classroom, get some real world experience with this, soil and trees that you're studying, right? So you're going to find yourself a park. In this case, we're going to use Lake Park as the example, right? And this is all Hillsborough County data that they put out on the server. The tool that I used to build it is the public interface for the Esri, ArcGIS.com. took that, configured everything, no programming on the configuration side, export out a template, and then added onto it the special features that you're going to see. So I can click around and find out different sections of the park, who owns them. This is the county data again. Let's say, all right, I want to mark that as a point I want to visit in the park. So I'll grab that one. It took my information here. It's starting to build up a list for me, points on the map. Let's say, all right, how about some trails? I would love to visit the trails. So let's see, I'll come over here, I'll take a look at this trail. Oh, it's a nice long one. All right, I'm gonna add that. Grab one over here. Whoop. I don't use the touchpad very well, sorry. All right, I'm building up a whole experience. I can go, they have soil information. I'm sure there's way more information than this too. This is just what was out there for this weekend.
There's really a lack of aggregation of the critical information that a home buyer would want to know when evaluating a property. So we want to be forward-looking, try and find a place that will really take us into the future, be a good place to raise our children, be within a good school district, obviously a place that's low crime, not a lot of traffic through the neighborhoods, and so on. So we really think of ourselves kind of as being very forward-looking in that evaluation process. So I want to make my decision based on as much information as possible, because after all, this is the information age, as we all know, and the information is readily available. There's just no aggregation point right now.
Thank you. So here we have Bus It. One of our key features here is to plan a trip. You know your destination, you know your starting point. Let me give you a quick demo. Let's say I want to go to University Mall. I just happen to know the address. Sorry. You will note it does take your current location, so if you don't type anything in, which destination you're going somewhere, not where you currently are, you would type in a destination here.
How many times have you seen a phenomenal project, but you didn't necessarily want to put money into it, but you'd like to be a part of it? Well, that's where we came up with time funding. So what people do on Hourly is they submit projects, and you can fund things with time. So someone would add 5 hours here, someone would add 3 hours there, until you had the whole project complete, and then it would be pushed to come to actually exist.
For example, say you're a real estate professional, a realtor, and you get asked a question like, when was my house built? Or possibly it's a short sale property, and you want to know what current liens are on the property. You'd be able to go through the application very quickly and be able to have that answer for you on site instead of going back to your desktop and going through the property appraiser. The property appraiser site currently gets 3.5 million hits a month, and of which none is mobile. Some of the other notifications you could get are, say you got a code enforcement violation that you might not know about. That would go directly through the application, and you receive that on your cell phone.
So I was given a piece of paper that showed who was the block captain for what area. I'm being a geographer, being a technologist, I wanted to digitize that. I wanted to build an information system for it. So some of the problems that we need to address with this are digitizing those surveys, protecting the privacy of the homeowners, and then integrating that into a WebGIS environment.
We came up with an app that basically allows you to, it's a mobile app. Basically you can put the description, you can put the breed, you can put different colors. You can search by location. You can search by owner name. So when you fetch the data, it will give you information about the owner, the address, the breed, and the victims.
I just had a few comments from the judges, just passed along to the participants. And again, thanks very much for everyone that participated. I think you guys did a great job. The effort was fantastic, and the results were very impressive. I remember being a comp sci major myself, and one of the first things they taught me was that trying to have the professors teach you the difference between data and information was essentially the knowledge that your user derived from your presentation. And I think that's something that really came through here, is that everyone started with the same data, but the way it was presented and the information you provided to the citizens was really, really compelling. I think we learned not only from the winners, but some of the people that had challenges, some of the important things to take away for next year. The reality is it's a very hard task. It's real world, and that sometimes picking the idea or picking your teammates is probably the most important part. So I think for those teams that came up here and actually were able to show something, I think that demonstrates tremendous fortitude and discipline, and you should be very proud of that.
Number 3, bad dog. Thank you. All right. Number 2, mobile solutions.
So we need 4 of them.
Congratulations. All right. And the winner, number 1, Highballs. We pose problems. We ask you to participate and help us coming up with new applications that we can use to, again, make our government more open. As Ken Evans said, this is about making our government more open and accessible to the people. Again, judges, thank you very much. Phenomenal event. Wonderful. Thank you.
For more news and information, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or watch us on YouTube. This program was brought to you by Hillsborough Television. Visit our website at htvonline.org.